Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Costa Rica's Yokasta Valle defeats Mexico's Anabel Ortiz, a unanimous decision, wide points decision. She retains her IBF and WBO minimum weight championship. This was a good little row. It was over in Costa Rica, where Valle is a big star. Wasn't the most refined or technical of fights. In fact, it was a flat-out scrap, but it was entertaining. And in fact, the atmosphere in the auditorium, even though it didn't look like a big venue, it really sort of came through the screen as you were watching it. And noticeably, an awful lot of women were in the audience. In fact, you could tell that because the sort of collective screams of excitement were much higher pitched, But it's good to see. It's good to see, the women's game getting on and getting a lot of fans. And of course, a lot of those females that come to watch the women fight will therefore watch the men fight. And the more people we have watching boxing, male and female, it's good for the sport, which is what we want. But this was a scrap. This was an absolute scrap. I had it 98-92 for Valle. I think a couple of them had it 90, 98, 91, 99, 91. One of them had it a whitewash, which was a little bit unkind. Anabel Ortiz from Mexico, 37 years old now, only 5 feet tall. I mean, both these little women, tiny little women punching the hell out of each other. 5 feet tall, 37, seen better days, no doubt. Came in with 33 wins with only 4 KOs, not a very high percentage, but it never is in the women's game. 5 defeats with 1 stoppage, which was back in 2011. I mean, that's how long she's been fighting. And the rest of the time, she was a long-term WBA minimum weight champ and defended her title many times. But she's on the slide. She lost 2 of her last 4, I think. Well, now 3 of her last 5. But they were for world titles. They were WBC flyweight. Was it flyweight title? Yeah, it was, I think. And the WBA minimum weight title. So she's jumping up and down the divisions, coming to the end of her career, but still gave everything against a very good scrapper. Yokasta Valle, 5 feet 4, what a giant for the weight, 105 pounds, 5 feet 4, 31 years old, big star in Costa Rica. She's got her own perfume apparently, and her own probably clothing line, or what they do, they get hold of these celebrities and beef them up with all sorts of out of the ring activities. And the atmosphere was great, but Valle was always a punch ahead. She always punched first. She always finished the exchanges, I would say. And after a couple of rounds, Ortiz realised, I can't outbox this girl, so I'm just going to get stuck in. And there was lots of up close and personal scrapping. I mean, and Valle seemed happy to do that. Ortiz was probably doing better, but at the same time, the moment they separated and there was a space between them, Valle was the one landing the punches. After about 3 rounds, Ortiz had, bloody nose and possibly cut mouth, I don't know. But Valle wasn't without her own injuries. I think around about the 6th round, she picked up a sort of swelling, a knot under, I think, was it her right eye? Might have been her right eye, yeah. And she knew she was in a scrap. Don't get me wrong. She knew she was in this scrap, definitely. And it was entertaining to watch. It was good fun. Just a real tear up, really, a phone booth tear up. It was a bit of mauling going on. I mean, it certainly wasn't a classic, but the rounds were sort of ticking by, and Valle was winning nearly all of them. Maybe I gave a couple to Ortiz on work rate, and maybe just the fact that she finally managed to sort of out maul Valle, but there's no doubt who the more skillful fighter was. And I suppose if you're only 5 feet tall, it's difficult to keep mauling at that age. I think all the fights have caught up with Ortiz. But entertaining enough, good fun. And this, by the way, was on DAZN. This was a Golden Boy promotion from Costa Rica. Again, I emphasise to you, a lot of these Golden Boy cards have got some good stuff on them, good entertainment, and a Golden Boy are aligned with DAZN. So if you are a DAZN subscriber, don't overlook the Golden Boy cards. Very often they'll have ones from Mexico, which are absolutely terrific. And this was a nice little sort of card that sort of only 4 fights, I think, but it's kind of sort of flew under the radar of a lot of people's attention, which was a shame. But go and have a look at it if you've got DAZN. It's a pretty good card. All right, those are my thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the like button if you don't mind. Leave some comments below. I want to hear what you think. And yeah, hope you enjoyed your weekend, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.